Hey everybody, how are you this evening? Oh, let's see, it is the 26th of March. I think it's Easter tomorrow, and I haven't done a video in forever. So this evening I'm doing a video. There have been so many exciting things. I posted that I'm going to do a rant, but you know, I almost don't feel like ranting. Someone said something kind of stupid, and I don't know. It's hard to stay angry at all the stupid people. There are just so many of them. Well, okay, I guess I'll talk about it because I'm already talking about it. Um, there's a big issue in the U.S. about where trans people should use the bathroom. And the problem is that apparently this is going to create an opportunity for lots of perverts who will dress up like women so that they can go into the ladies' room and do perverted things. And so we need legislation to prevent this. Um, and it really doesn't stand up in the data. I mean, never mind the fact that I'm trans and I want to be able to pee. Uh, if you look at the data, you know, it's just not happening that women are being raped or sexually assaulted by people dressed in drag. If you want to sexually assault somebody, get a pistol. You know, don't wear a skirt. That's a whole lot of effort. Just get a pistol and sexually assault someone. It's so much easier. So anyway, we're having this big debate in our society, and this person posted that the real issue was that we need to protect women from this, and it just doesn't make any sense. But you know, people have a lot of strange opinions. But then that person told me that if I wanted to go to the girls' room, I should have my stuff cut off because then I'll be a girl. To which I took offense. And then in their follow-up comments, they once again reiterated that if I wanted to actually be female, I had to have my junk cut off, which, you know, I could help them with their junk if they'd like, but I'm not ready to cut mine off yet. And guess what? I'm still a girl, been a girl all along. It's just like so not getting it, you know. I've been female my whole life and I've felt female my whole life, and finally I've empowered myself to be a female and to live as a female. And you know, my helpful friend, oh, that's great, yeah, well, cut your whacker off if you're serious. Whatever. Okay, so I ranted about it. So now I'm done ranting about it. I'm getting ready for a meeting here in a little while, is why I'm playing with all of my makeup and brushes. I was so upset I had cried all the way to my mascara kit. Oh, but not once I have my mascara kit out, because there's nothing worse than crying in your mascara. Oh my God. Somebody told me that you curl the eyelashes first and then you put the mascara on them. Ah, what a brilliant idea. I also saw this very nice trans lady who said that you should do your eye makeup first before you do your foundation because you always smear your eye makeup everywhere. Whoa, that's brilliant. All right, so anyway, life is trans. What's going on? Well, my life is extremely busy. I have a job interview for a very big job on Wednesday, and I suppose those of you who know me know that my wife's cancer is back, and that's not as much fun as it sounds like it would be. So we're struggling again with cancer in the house. I've actually had some positive assistance from my own family, which just never happens. I don't know if everybody knows this. See, that's the makeup that you put all over your face, but then you're just going to put foundation over it instead of having to start your whole face over again. I don't know how many of you know this, but I'm an incest survivor, and I don't know, 10 years or so ago, I started being out about that, and suddenly my family didn't want anything to do with me. But they have stepped up, I think, because of Lucas to help us out, and that's really going to be enormously helpful, and I'm very thankful for that. But this is not really the channel for great life dramas. I got 3 B's and an A in my courses at the university, speaking of great life dramas that I'm not going to talk about, which completes the upper division math series required to be a computer science major. So I'm now out of those difficult math courses, which really weren't that bad. And just going to be doing a lot of coding mostly in the next couple of semesters and filling out some extra courses. Okay, well, that was enough of all of that that I wasn't going to talk about. The other things that are going on that are like trans-related things, I got the correct testosterone blocker a couple of weeks ago. I've been taking a sort of a fake, but my friend Sarah helped me get hooked up with the right testosterone blocker, and it's really something else. Um, it feels like it feels like I'm shrinking. That's a kind of a weird thing to say, isn't it? It feels like everything is bigger than it used to be, and everything is heavier than it used to be, and everything is harder work than it used to be, talking about sort of physically. I felt a tremendous, I don't know, I suppose if I were Tolkien, I would say diminishment of my power. I feel like I want to take a nap most of the time. Literally, it's just like, okay, well, we're done with that. Time for a nap. Okay, well, now let's go do that. Oh, great, time for a nap. Um, and just not able to function physically at the level that I did before. I know that a lot of girls, when they get to this stage, and they are girls, by the way, uh, get like adverse to carrying things because they're waiting for their muscle mass to shed and their shape to change, and you can see it in my arm. All of my muscle definition is gone. I still have sort of broad shoulders, but I can't make the pointy points. They're just gone away. Oh, and that's just the natural state of human muscles is as it develops in women, and it's the testosterone that overloads it and makes it into man things. And for a while, I got this kind of weird sore throat, but I don't actually think that was related. I just think that it was kind of coincidence that I got a sore throat. But I backed off for 24 hours and sort of let my body heal up just in case that was related somehow to what was going on. Um, but otherwise, I tolerate it very well. It's a potassium sparing diuretic, and what that means, I still have this giant dark spot. Um, what that means is that it makes me have to pee all the time, but it doesn't filter potassium out of my system. So I have to be careful that my potassium level doesn't get too high. But otherwise, it's actually very well tolerated by the body. You don't need testosterone in order to function. You don't need testosterone in order to live. You will lose your libido, but that's okay. I wasn't using mine anyway, so um, uh, that's what's going on with that. The estrogen that I'm using is now the liquid form. I was taking the pills, which are first pass through your liver, and you actually lose most of what you eat. So you take a much smaller dose, um, a much smaller dose of the topical, and let it soak in, and it gives you the same benefit as the larger dose of the of the pill form. So it's really it's at least as effective, and it's a lot more cost effective. So really, really happy with that. All right. Um, what else? Gosh, it seems like I ought to talk about enough things to get my whole makeup and hair done. Um, I don't know. I'm out at school. I'm out to my recruiter who's trying to place me for a job. I'm out in my company. We're sponsoring a race car driver this summer who is also transgender, which is a great cross marketing opportunity. I'm working with this really fabulous artist that I really enjoy on that project. She's not just a great artist, she's really very enjoyable to work with. A lot of the folks that we work with at Dryden House, we really only work with once or twice because they aren't professional. They don't turn work in. We had one person who was posting KKK materials, but also we work with some people that are just the really awesome people in life. And the artist is Kat Haywood, who was a part of the Dryden Space Battles project. And she's just such a charm to work with. It's like a little perk every day that I get to interact with her. And I don't know, Gavin is doing very well, except he broke his toe. But otherwise, life seems to be being good to him. He's producing wonderful looking work for us. Tracy's doing very well. She got a tattoo, the first Dryden tattoo. I don't know. I just don't have a whole lot of things to talk about. Somebody post me some questions or comments or things that you're interested in. I know I've got some of my friends follow Rebecca, watches this. A lot of my other friends watch this. Tell me things that you'd like for me to talk about, experiences as a trans person. Oh, how about my personal opinion about the toilet since we started with this? I am totally about feeling comfortable. The data just says that all of this business about perverts hiding in bathrooms is completely made up bullshit. Well, maybe not completely, but like, one case of someone in a dress to 10,000 sexual assaults with a firearm, so not statistically significant. Um, but it does make some people feel awkward, feel kind of strange. I still don't pass real well, mostly because I don't practice my voice at this point. Um, so I like people to feel comfortable. I want people to feel all right. I don't want to, threaten or impose um, by my toileting needs. That seems really pretty dorky. Reason to make people uncomfortable. Um, so at the university, I go in the men's room. And the reason why I go in the men's room is because I'm completely safe in there. Everybody there knows me, and there's only one student who's a little weird about it. They've never actually said anything to me, and I don't feel threatened by them. I very rarely even see them. Um, and so I just don't bother. And then when I go out to the library or the mall or something like that, those places have family restrooms in them mostly, with like nursing stations and handicap facilities. And so I just go in the family restroom because what do I care? I can still pee behind a tree because, I'm not actually a girl because I still have my wing wing. Um, so that's my feeling on it is that I just want people to feel comfortable, and hopefully as I get further into transition, it'll start looking weird. Why is that chick going into the men's room? And then I'll start going into the women's room, wing wing or not, because I'll pass and nobody will notice. Uh, but the change I'm making is about me and is inside of me, and um, I do need to feel safe. I need to have a safe place to go to the bathroom where I'm not going to be beaten, which does happen to trans women when they go into the wrong bathroom, or trans men too. Um, but as long as I'm in a place where that's not going to happen, I don't care. I just gotta pee. What a great drama. It's like these, the lawmakers in Kansas in particular have totally trashed the budget. It's just a complete ruin. And they've been ordered by the Supreme Court to change what they're doing because it's so bad. And so they bring up a transgender bathroom law. What? We've had zero incidents in the state of Kansas, at least that I'm aware of. I think was it Idaho. The governor refused to sign the legislation because he said it wasn't relevant. It wasn't actually happening to anyone. So a little bit of theater, a little bit of distraction. But as long as I can pee, I'm fine. And by the way, I'm a girl. So fuck you if you don't think I'm a girl. Fuck off. Because I spent 45 years getting to this point. So I guess I'm a little bitter about that. All right, well, I'm going to finish doing my lips and not make you guys all watch me do it. So I love you all. Thank you very much. Bye bye.